Welcome to a festive special courtesy of Cars with Big Boy Trev. My name is Big Boy Trev.
My name is Murigi.
We have an amazing show lined up for you, including something from Dobie,
something from BMW,
and of course, the Toyota Yaris GRMN. But first things first,
let's check out the news.
On to our first news item, and Dobie just launched the brand new Actros. Now this is the leader of trucks in Kenya, over 50% market share. Mr. Mirigi, you attended the launch. How was it?
Well, it was really fantastic. They're promising a great improvement in fuel capacity, in driver comfort, and they spoke specifically about driver training, which is something that people need to think about because the driver training is what brings those fuel savings. Absolutely. Yep.
And I can tell you for a fact that Dobie now have plans to assemble the Actros right here in Kenya. So you can see the local industry is actually growing. People are assembling cars. And of course, these trucks are built for this particular terrain. Tough, hardy, and of course, very reliable. If you're in the transport business, you do know that you need a reliable truck that has absolute minimum downtime and of course, helps you to get a lot of profit. Now, Dobie is also going to give you driver training as promised, warranties, and of course, we do have driver training, which is important. Make sure that you drive safely on the road. On to our next news item. Now, Toyota have been very successful in the World Rally Championship, and this year they have decided to use that technology that they used on the Yaris WRC into making a super hot hatch, the Yaris GRMN. Now, what has it that this particular engine will have a 1.8 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder producing 156 kilowatts and 250 Newton meters, enough to take you from 0 to 100 in 6.3 seconds. Mr. Murigi, that is fast.
I'm very excited by that because now this whole GRMN thing, now it's like AMG for Mercedes, like M for BMW. So we're going to see more of this coming out. So this is not going to be the last one. And you know, with the stable of cars that they have, I'm very interested in seeing a motorsports version of the favorite Toyota that you used to drive in.
Absolutely, and you can see the highlights of the GRMN special coming. There are 4 also. So we can't wait to see the Prado and of course the Big Boy, the VX. Now, Mr. Murigi, you have some amazing information for our viewers.
Well, here at Toyota, they're giving up to 20% off on parts and service this December. So make sure you pass through here before you go on your trip for the end of the year. And on top of this, there are special offers on certain cars. I'm very sure you've been hearing on radio, 100,000 shillings off the Toyota Rush, 100,000 shillings off the single cab high rider Toyota Hilux.
And finally, we go all the way to Munich in Germany, where we've been there before. Now, BMW have actually announced that they will make Android Auto as standard package within the infotainment system. Mr. Murigi, we've seen the X5, we've seen the X7. What do you think about them adding Android Auto into the system?
Well, I mean, they're late. Everybody seems to be doing it. Even the last few weeks, you've seen on the Mazda CX-7, on the Hyundai, they have Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. So it's important that now they're finally recognized that more people in the world other than people in Germany don't just use iPhones. So it's open to Android, which means you're getting more than just the Android Auto itself. You should be able to open the car with your phone, do certain functions with your phone, start the AC in advance. So the full suite of BMW infotainment now will be available on the Android phone.
So you can imagine the amount of artificial intelligence that now cars are incorporating into their systems. Now, Android Auto becomes like a personal assistant. So if, for example, you want to check out the weather, ask the system if you need a jacket on that day, it will tell you, as you did on the CX-5, and many other things that you can control the car without taking your hands off the road. So AI actually has some benefits, safety, and of course, convenience. So in the market for a 7-seater, an MPV that will take you and your family from point A to B without any stress. Well, ladies and gentlemen, today on Cars with Big Boy Trev, I am doing an amazing review, the Suzuki Ertiga. Now, this particular car is interesting because I know you're used to Suzuki's as doing 4x4s, but also now they're doing MPVs, multi-purpose vehicles. So step right in and see the cabin, and the first thing that you notice is this dashboard design. There is like a wood panel over here. I've never seen a Suzuki with a wood panel that extends all the way to this dashboard. Then obviously at the center you do have a center console over here that houses this tablet style design. It's a monochrome design with haptic touch and feel. When I mean haptic touch and feel, it doesn't have physical buttons. You just touch it and the volume goes up. Speaking of the volume, this particular car comes with an audio system which houses an MP3 system and actually doesn't have a CD. For the first time, I've not seen a car with a CD player. So you can stream your music via Bluetooth and listen to radio and actually plug your USB and play all sorts of music. But for now, I want to show you the quality of the sound system, which is amazing, because for an MP3, it's not too shabby, my friends, not too shabby. Right below it, you do have also climate control system, which is dual zone. So you have the front part and the rear. As you can see at the back, you'll see that also the rear passengers do have vents and actually have a system where they can control their temperature without any stress. Again, right below it, you do have switches. As you can see here, you have an auxiliary switch and a USB port where you can plug in your music, and of course you have a 12-volt socket where you can charge your iPad or any other device that you need to use in the car. Actually, you do have space here for your mobile phone. As you can see, it's sad to see it doesn't have wireless charging, but for the price it's actually okay. You have cup holders with cooling. You can see here, so it has vents over here, so it makes your drinks cooler as you drive long distances. And of course, on the gearbox console, you have a standard 5-speed automatic gearbox with the traditional shift. So it doesn't have a gate shift like on the Swift, but it's just standard, box standard, and it's actually quite good. You have a power button as well, so that you need more power in accelerating, you just press it and off you go, and you enjoy the full capacity of this particular engine. Plenty of space, as you can see. On the instrument binnacle here, you do have clear and precise instruments. On the right, you have the tachometer. On the left, you have the speedometer. In the middle, you do have a multi-information display that gives you vital vehicle information like temperature, fuel economy, range, and of course, it also gives you the temperature outside, which is very important in this day and age. Now, in terms of practicality as well, it has also bells and whistles. As you can see, this particular model has start-stop, which is good, and has park sensors at the back, so that you don't reverse into something, or when you wait for the watchman said kuja hapo. No, it's not about that. It's not about convenience, courtesy of the Ertiga. Now, I've said enough. The seats are comfortable. Big Boy is comfortable. As you can see, leg and headroom is good. Steering adjustment is also fantastic. You only have tilt system, not telescopic, and of course you do have height adjustable seat on this particular side. Plenty of leg room as well. Headroom is fantastic. You can enjoy this car. It doesn't feel like you're driving a van, it feels like you're driving a passenger car. But the question is it as comfortable for you and your family at the back? We're going to ask Mr. Mirigi to show us how practical the rear space of the Ertiga is all about.
So at the back of the Suzuki Ertiga, this is the second row. It actually has 3 rows. This seat has been set for Trevor's height. Trevor is a big boy, he's 6'1", and there is so much space for me at the back here. Another thing that's really dope is the fact that it's a front-wheel drive. There is no transmission tunnel, so in the middle here there's a lot of space for your feet. There are ISOFIX points here for your child seat if you need a child seat, and there is an armrest over here as well. Now, because this is a 7-seater, there is a lot of space here for you to do some adjustments. So in the event that you want to give the guys at the back a little more leg room, you can move the seat in the front, move to the back, you can actually tilt it back, and you can relax on a long trip and be easy. Let's check into the third row and see how much it has to offer. So here in the third row, it's a bit tight, but there is enough space for somebody to sit here in a pinch, for an adult in a pinch, or for your kids on a regular basis. There are actually additional cup holders here in the back and a 12-volt socket for charging. And one of the things I like about this place is that there's actually a mirror over here that gives you a lot of light, and you can still see out of it over here. In terms of safety, there is a full 3-point safety belt at the back here for each of the people who are sitting at the back here. But this is basically enough space for an adult for a short period of time, or for a kid for a trip as far away as Arusha or Kisumu. Let's check out the boot to see how much space this has in the back. So here at the back of the Suzuki Ertiga, we have an amazing large amount of space with the extra 2 seats folded down. Over here you have additional spaces to put stuff, as well as on the side. And the spare tire is actually at the bottom, just to make sure that we have enough space over here. Let me pull out these chairs. And even with the 2 seats for the third row up, there's still quite a lot of space inside here. Let's get this on the road and see what it feels like as a driving experience.
The Falcon Wild Peak MT tire features step-down supports to enhance stability and handling while preventing stones from becoming trapped in the grooves. Be ready for any terrain with the Falcon Wild Peak MT.
Welcome to Cars with Big Boy Trev car and maintenance segment, and today we are at Falcon Tires, Wabco Limited, and it's all about the tire. It's Christmas, people need to travel, you need to have your tires checked, your car aligned, your tires balanced. But before we start, we need to find out what Wabco is all about, what Falcon is all about, and we're going to talk to the service manager for this branch, and he's going to tell us much more about Falcon Tires.
Wabco is started in 2011 and it's the main distributor for Falcon in Kenya, and we deal with tires, we do alignment services, balancing, we're also doing batteries, wiper blades, and slowly we're going to increase our service list. The main thing we do is try to give the best service we can, interact more with the customers, ask questions with the customers, because end of the day it's the customer's car and you want him to leave here with the best product and to leave here smiling. In the 4x4 you have three main classes.
Yes.
You have the highway tire, highway terrain,
Yes.
which is built for mainly highway. Then you have all terrain, which is built to handle both situations, on and off-road.
Yes.
And then you have mud terrain, which is designed to handle more off-roading, but it's not so bad on the highway. So those are three main classes that you stick to. Now, according to your application, if you're a person who travels a lot of up-country, you go to a lot of rough roads, then you need a tire like an all-terrain or a mud terrain. But if you're a city runner, very rarely you go off-roading, then you stick to a highway tire because it will give you the best service. Always make sure you have good tires on your vehicle, because it's the main thing between you and the road. All your safety on your car is all down to the tires. It's not even to your brakes. You can have good brakes, but if you have bad tires, you don't have good grip. Make sure your tires are always well inflated to the correct pressure and that they have good tread.
So guys, it's a festive season. I want to go to Sharks, but the problem is I'm driving my car and I feel like as if it's pulling on one side. What could be the problem? So today on Cars with Big Boy Trev, we talk about the importance of wheel alignment. Wabco Kenya is going to give me a breakdown. Why it is so important to align your car so that your tires don't get wasted or they don't eat on one side. So join me as I take my car for alignment and we talk about the importance of having alignment in your car.
Hello, Big Boy Trev.
Yes.
Hey, welcome to Wabco. The first thing that you have to do, you have to key in the details of your car, because this machine has all the types of the car. So first thing, we are going to feed the details. Once we are through with feeding the details, the first thing we do, we check the pressure. Now, having ensured that your tires are inflated to the specification, we go to the next step. Now it's fitting the sensors on the car, so that the sensors can communicate with the system. After fitting the sensors, we roll the car forward. Then we are going so that we can go to verification of caster. After rolling the car, now we do something we call caster verification, so that we can get now the actual measurement to know whether the car the suspension is off or it's at the correct axis. Now we have the measurements. Now we are going to see whether it's off or it needs some adjustment. From these readings, camber is okay. This car normally has camber adjustment and toe adjustment. So what we need to do to your car, you only need to adjust toe. For this case, your right hand side wheel, it's beyond the limits. You can see the limit, our limits are 0 degrees, 9 minutes to negative 0 degrees, 3 minutes. So we have to adjust this wheel to come all the way almost at the center to correspond to the left-hand side. Still on the same point, we have to, this is the rear axle. The rear axle, it's okay at the moment. The only thing that we need to do is adjust the left-hand side wheel just a bit then it will be perfect. So now we are good. Now your car is done.
Yes.
You can drive safe home.
Wow.
And enjoy your Christmas.
Thank you very much.
Karibu sana.
So guys, that's it. You've seen my car is now properly aligned and ready to hit the road. So if you're around Westlands area or Parklands area, please visit Wabco Falcon area. It's 3rd Parklands Avenue next to Aga Khan Hospital, maybe a few meters away. And make sure you visit. They'll give you the best service, the best deals on Falcon tires, and of course, they'll take care of your car. Signing out, this is Big Boy Trev. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
The Falcon Zenith FK510 is the latest generation ultra high performance tyre. Adaptive constant pressure pattern design for superior handling and braking. Hybrid undertread cap ply for high speed stability. Switchback siping for enhanced wet weather performance. Variable sipe depth to maintain overall block rigidity. And built with advanced 4D nano design technology for improved compounds. For the best in performance, choose the Falcon Zenith FK510.
So guys, today it's a beautiful day. It's December heading into January, and if you're looking for an MPV that will haul you and your family from point A to B with being efficient, practical, and of course safe, then stay tuned, because today I'm going to review the Ertiga on the road. So how is it on the road as a car? How does it feel? How does it give you that driving pleasure? Is it comfortable? Is it safe? Suzuki have actually put this 1.5 liter engine into test. It has variable valve timing, which means more efficiency and more power at certain RPMs, so you're able to explore the full potential of this car. Now this 1.5 liter produces 77 kilowatts and 138 newton meters of torque, which is actually sent to the front wheels courtesy of a 4-speed automatic. Yes, 4-speed, I know it's a draggish. I probably think another extra gear like 5 gears would make a lot of sense, but however, Suzuki have their reasons for that. Maybe it's because of the torque distribution. Now all that power is sent to the front wheels courtesy of that automatic gearbox. There's no option for manual, unfortunately, in Kenya. This allows you to explore the full potential of this engine, and the total amount of fuel is used per 100 kilometers is about 6 liters per 100 kilometers. Steering response, it's good. It's not the sharpest, it's not a swift, but the Ertiga has a very precise hydraulic rack and pinion steering wheel that allows you to steer the car comfortably, and you can be able to tell where the nose is pointing. As you drive faster, then the steering beefs up, and it allows you to control the car without any stress. Again, it's important to understand that when you're driving a car, handling the steering is very important, because it allows you to feel the vehicle. You feel what the front end is doing. Now suspension, up front you do have McPherson struts, and at the back you have a 5-link coil system that is independent, and it gives this car good ground clearance and of course handling capabilities. The long stroke at the back allows you to carry more luggage, and of course gives you better ride and handling on maram or loose surface, which is very, very important. In terms of safety, as a family, you are looking for a car that will protect you and your family from harm's way. So the Suzuki Ertiga has 2 sets of active and passive safety features. So on the active front, these are the things that prevent you from having an accident. So anti-lock braking system basically prevents you from sliding when you apply emergency brakes, so you're able to steer the car comfortably. You have electronic brake force distribution that allows you to have full emergency effect while stepping on the brake pedal. Remember, back in the day, not many people used to know the work of EBD. So electronic brake force distribution allows the brake pressure to be distributed electronically equally to all the 4 wheels, and it allows you to stop and reduce your stopping distance, which is very, very important. Now if all hell breaks loose, then you can rely on the multiple airbags that are on the car, and of course the most important thing is the safety belt. Never forget to wear a safety belt, guys. Even at the back you do have 3-point safety belts for everyone in the cabin, so the Ertiga remains very, very safe while on the road. Question is, when I see you value for money, is it worth your every penny? Look at the rivals. Is the Toyota Rush a real rival to this car? John Murigi and I, as we discuss this particular car, courtesy of Cars with Big Boy Trev. So guys, you've seen how the Ertiga is. It's spacious, it's comfortable, it's practical. Question is, what are the key rivals of this particular car, Mr. Murigi?
Well, at this price point for 3 million shillings, the only key rival to this is the Toyota Rush.
Now, it actually comes with a 300,000 kilometer warranty, whichever comes first, and actually offers on this car. What are they, Mr. Murigi?
Well, you can get this for 100,000 shillings off, as well as the Toyota Rush, at any Toyota Kenya dealer in the country, countrywide. They're also offering for the Christmas period, a limited time only, 20% off spares and service.
That's it, guys. Thank you so much for joining us on Cars with Big Boy Trev. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or queries, don't hesitate to write to us as seen on social media handles below, and we'll get back to you on the next episode. Signing out, this is Big Boy Trev.
Happy holidays. This is Murigi.
Be safe.
Drive safe.